So we've got our first ever item for the motorhome, and I think I told you yesterday that the reason we needed to get this was because our boxer dogs use raised feeding bowls and raised water bowls. So we wanted something that was compact and would obviously go in the motorhome, lightweight. So let's see what we think, because obviously I haven't even seen this yet. So this is made by, who's this made by? Goosey Home, I think it is. So raised food, that's what it's going to end up looking like. And what's great about this is that you have a water bowl. These are a lot smaller than the girls are used to, but I think they'll be fine, to be honest. And this float that goes in, and then a rubber that goes around the top. So when the water's added, what it does is it stops Bo, which is, she's the worst because she's got a big underbite, massive tongue that sort of comes out the side rather than straight. And she hopefully won't make too much of a mess in there. And then we've got the other bowl, which there is a slow feeder with it, but we're not going to use the slow feeder because the girls are actually very good with their food, even though they're rescues. When we first got them, they would have guzzled it, but we don't need this anymore. But it's good to have if you've got a dog that eats very, very quickly. So we will, at the beginning, use them as just an empty bowl and then a water bowl. That's the plan. But these are supposed to, oh, that's the other thing, this has got a lovely edge to it, which means that the water shouldn't splash, or if it does, it goes into a drip tray at the bottom, which you can then unclip this, and then we have the water collected at the bottom. Fingers crossed. So then we've got the legs, which if you wanted to, you could leave at this level. So I'm going to turn you around a little bit so you can see it. There we go. That might be a bit better for you to see. Oops, a daisies. Okay, struggling with the positioning of the camera, but I think you'll get the idea. So there we go. So it's a bit better because it's raised. So if you've got a smaller dog, that's a good height for them. But if you push the buttons in here, you've got another height. There we go. That's one more. One more. One more. So I'll show you this height. So that's a medium dog. And then we've got this one, which is the tallest. There we go. And that's obviously for a large dog. We've also bought one of these water absorbent mats. So this was separate. I'm just going to check who this is made for. It's actually a drying mat. So I can give you a link to this if you comment and you're interested. So the idea is that we will put this drying mat underneath to catch any water that happens to go under it. So that's the plan. It's got a nice rubber backing which stops it slipping in the motorhome, and then obviously absorbs all the water so that anything that does drip gets absorbed into the mat. So when the girls first use this, I will obviously video and let you know how they're getting on. They're normally quite good. They'll eat and drink out of anything as long as it's got their food and their water. So there we go.